Hello, and welcome to this video all about Module 7 of my new course, Open Portal, a self-paced online course all about how to work with anxiety through the body. In this module, we're going to talk about creativity, particularly the creative impulse, and why it's so valuable to tap into creativity when we're working with anxiety. So a working definition I have for creativity is anything that we do, make, or express that is a response to the seen and unseen world, that is a conversation between the internal and external material of our lives. And it is this unique dance that we all do inside our own individual lives and collectively that is essentially creativity. Now, especially in our society, in our times, we conflate creativity and producing, creating and producing. So even though they're closely linked, I want to talk about the creative impulse in particular, which is sort of the spontaneous manifesting of something into the world without agenda or purpose. So when we tap into this creative impulse, we find ourselves in creative flow. A number of things are happening. One, we're engaging with the material of the moment, be it physical, emotional, imagistic. It's the material that is arising through us that we're channeling in the moment. When we're following creative impulse or flow, we're remaining open to what's emerging. And so we're essentially engaging with uncertainty. And when we let go of agenda and we let go of certainty, we're inviting trust, and we're inviting the possibility of letting go of the need for control. We're also finding our own unique personal expression. And if this is not something that we engage in often, or you engage in often, it can be really challenging or scary to start to explore your own desires, your own curiosities, the things that feel uniquely you. What do I delight in? What do I find curious? And what do I feel drawn to? That can be a really scary thing. So there's a lot of magic and possibility in starting to find personal expression through creativity. So let's relate this to anxiety. Let's remember that anxiety is about a fear that is not present a fear of a danger that is not currently present. And so when we engage in creative impulse, a creative practice, we are, as I mentioned before, engaging with the material of the moment. And so necessarily it requires a certain amount of presence. Presence and curiosity have the dimensional effect of expansion, whereas anxiety and fear have the dimensional quality of contraction. And so again, when we start to engage in a creative practice, we are inviting an opening up of that contraction. If anxiety feels on a body level a sense of winding up or creating tension, finding creative flow is all about unwinding and unfolding. And when we engage in a creative practice, we start to get more in touch with that part of ourselves that sometimes gets clouded by the agendas of other people. Anxiety can keep us trapped in the thoughts, feelings, and emotions of other people, whereas creative practice starts to bring us into more engagement with what do I think, feel, and desire. If we talk for a moment about intrusive thoughts and how especially highly sensitive people can often feel all of these intrusive thoughts coming in and these what ifs and these worries that are kind of in conversation with their sensitivity, finding a creative practice can help process a lot of that nonverbal energy that's coming up through that sensitivity and can help quiet those intrusive thoughts. Because through creative practice, we start to engage on a body level with something that is beyond rationality, something that's more ancient than that. Finally, so much of our world does live in the space of rationality and thinking, and denying our emotions and denying ourselves the opportunity to go through emotional process, making us afraid of our emotions. And in my experience, having a creative practice helps me get far more in touch with both the beautiful, wonderful, easy emotions and the more challenging, difficult, overwhelming emotions, and having an outlet through which I can express those. So in the course, I'm going to walk you through some journaling and movement practices to help you tap into your creative impulse. Through getting curious on a body level, we'll start to open up new emotional and intellectual pathways that can help bring us closer into that sense of creative flow. We'll use what we've learned so far, as well as some reminders of some practices that we can do when we start to feel a little bit overwhelmed by the opening up of those pathways. So don't worry about it getting too much. There will be structure and reminder to help you come back down and to dose this in little bits at a time. So that's it for today. If you'd like to join the waitlist to be the first to know when Open Portal launches, which will be very, very soon, head to the link in my bio if you're on Instagram, and it's down below if you're on YouTube. In our next video, which is the second to last video, Module 8, we'll be talking about embodied ways of relating to one another and how we can work with anxiety through relationships. So thanks very much for joining me, and I will see you again soon.